Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Human remains found in far north Queensland have been identified as those of missing Newcastle man Jaden Penno-Thompson. The remains were discovered at Bredon near Charters Towers in October last year. 22-year-old Jaden disappeared on December 31, 2017 after running off into the bush following what police say was an argument with his travelling companion. A coronial inquest in 2021 found he'd likely perished in 40-degree heat while in a drug-affected state. The coroner also determined his death was not suspicious. It's been a tragic weekend on the Hunters roads with two men killed in separate motorbike crashes. Police say a 21-year-old man died instantly when his motorcycle collided with a Toyota Hilux on the Putty Road at Howes Valley yesterday morning. It follows Sunday's crash at Mount Vincent, where a man in his 60s lost his life when his motorbike left Sandy Creek Road and crashed into a tree. Developer Iris Capital and Newcastle Council have begun a court battle over disagreements on the final stages of the East End project. The project is set to revitalise Newcastle's East End, including Hunter Street Mall. Council say the conditional agreement between them and Iris Capital says the company must maintain the surrounding curbs and guttering. However, Iris Capital claims public domain upgrades should be a council responsibility. Council's Executive Manager of Planning and Management, Amy Ryan, says it would be unfair for the public to pay for private development.
I guess from our perspective, we are trying to ensure that we get the best outcome for this development and the Hunter Street Mall precinct. It'd be unfair for ratepayers to foot the bill for private development, and that's why our position has been to not support the removal of conditions of consent regarding the public domain work. We want the project to be delivered and delivered well, in a way that matches our community's expectations.
Maitland Council is drafting their next Waste Services Management Plan with community submissions now open. Residents can fill out the survey on Council's website, which asks about their recycling habits. Environment and Sustainability Manager Catherine Pepper says Council has a goal to divert 80% of rubbish away from landfill.
Really what we're hoping for is to get feedback about what the barriers are that are stopping people from using those services most effectively, so we can make adjustments and encourage people to get that waste out of their red bin and out of landfill, so we can reduce the amount of waste going to landfill and ultimately reduce the cost of waste services for our residents.
Submissions are open until February 28. School zones across the Hunter are back in force today. While the first few days of term are generally being used for teachers' development, students are returning at some schools this week. Chadi Chalub from Transport for New South Wales is urging drivers to stick to the 40 km/h speed limit and watch out for children.
Areas to watch out for are crossings, bus zone, the pick-up and drop-off, which is affectionately known as the kiss and ride, and also watch out for school children crossing in the wrong places. As we know, sometimes school children can be a little bit curious and unpredictable. The message is simple. Stick to the school zone speed limit, keep our kids safe, keep the demerit points off your licence and keep the money in your pocket.
A Newcastle University professor says more needs to be done to support young women in the Hunter to pursue careers in STEM as the region shifts to renewable energy. Professor Karen Blackmore runs the Hunter Wise program, which looks to encourage girls and young women into science, technology, engineering and maths. She says the program is making a difference, but families, schools and workplaces all need to do more to support girls who can take a major role in solving some of the region's problems.
To NURFM Sport.
Jets player Max Burgess is being praised for his leadership in the central midfield role. The 31-year-old has stepped into the captain role after Costa Grozos was ruled out with injury. Coach Mark Milligan says he understands what the role means.
You see the qualities that he brings as well away from the ball. He has a good understanding of the way that we want to play, and he has a good understanding as well that sixth role is obviously very, very important to us.
Maya Stewart is looking to impress at this weekend's Singapore leg of the Rugby Sevens World Series. The Nelson Bay local made the switch from the Wallaroos after an injury-riddled year in 2025. The 25-year-old looks to return to Union for this year's tests on home soil. And in the cricket, Merewether have moved above City to fourth on the ladder. City went down by 9 wickets. That's sport. I'm Darcy Mills.
And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 2, 4, 13, 17, 26 and 39, and the supplementaries are 15 and 19. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.